Chinese automakers are pushing to unlock Africa's underdeveloped potential with a focus on electric and hybrid vehicles as restrictions on exports to the US and Europe send them on a global quest for new markets. Though home to over a billion people, low incomes and high import duties have long hampered manufacturers' efforts to sell more cars in Africa. Unreliable power availability and a lack of charging infrastructure have meanwhile held back EV uptake. But companies including BYD, Chery Auto, and Great Wall Motor are aiming to leverage low prices to advance where others have struggled and use an expansion in South Africa as a stepping stone in a continent-wide strategy. We treat South Africa as a very important market for our global expansion, said the CEO of Chery South Africa, calling Africa's most developed auto market a gateway to the African continent. Interesting. South Africa, a gateway to the African continent. Nearly half of the 14 Chinese automotive brands currently active in South Africa launched only last year. More, including Dongfeng, Leapmotor, Daewoo, and Changan, are set to enter the market soon. And as the new players move in, more established companies are looking into producing cars locally, allowing them to benefit from a government incentive program offering rebates for domestically made vehicles. Liu said Chery, the #2 Chinese auto company in South Africa, was considering partnerships or building its own factory to produce cars for the South African market and export to the rest of the continent and potentially Europe. Interesting. Chery's premium independent brand is also conducting feasibility studies for local assembly, its South Africa general manager told Reuters. Until now, it had not made sense for GWM, the largest Chinese automaker in South Africa by sales, to localize component production, its chief operating officer Conrad Gronwald told Reuters, as Chinese importers had been cheaper. That is changing, however, and outsourcing to a local manufacturer or setting up a semi-knockdown plant, which would turn partially pre-assembled kits into finished vehicles, were options. I think now that we've got economies of scale, we need to revisit those feasibility studies in the next 12 months, he said. Chinese car makers, which are in the midst of a rapid switch to EVs and hybrid production, are facing growing obstacles in the US and Europe.